Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Cardano, I thought I'd do a quick update because the price has gone up a little bit more. Yeah, it's gone up a little bit more. Still struggling to get above that previous rejection point here, that high at around $1.11, $1.12. So we can see that the daily candle today, and I'll better go to the 1 hour chart. You can see that we had here the price move all the way up to $1.12 and getting rejected there. We can also see that here on the 1 hour chart now, what we see emerging is a bearish divergence for the first time in this uptrend here. Yeah, where, well, we had one here and then the price dropped a little bit and we see another one, but this is only the 1 hour chart. So it is logical that you would expect here then some sort of a retracement, and that could then finally be that retest perhaps of that $1.02 level, even though that would admittedly be quite a strong retracement. I mean, it did go through that important level, right? So, and it did go through it very, very quickly through that zone that we had defined here between 97 cents and $1.01. And now it's holding above it, but it needs to get above that previous high. That is very important. And there is still a risk that this is a fake out. Don't get me wrong. So had a few comments that questions, you're not thinking anymore that we go down to 55 cents. Well, the 55 cent level is still a very realistic level, and it was down here the logical next support level. We still are not in a confirmed breakout to all-time highs. I mean, these moves up, they are always possible in any crypto. This short-term volatility is absolutely possible everywhere. We've had it here on the 11th of January. Yeah, you saw a huge move up to $1.60, down from $1 roughly. And everybody believed there that this could be the beginning of the run. Yeah. In the end, it was only a three-wave move, and you moved down in another impulsive move down, I would say. So you have a similar situation now. I mean, even here, look at that. In middle of November, you moved up all the way up to 240, and everybody thought the correction was over. So again, we just don't want to be fooled, and this is something that looks like a cup shape or even cup and handle a little bit, not really clear because you don't have the handle, but these are often the patterns where retail traders get burned, yeah, because they think it is really such a pattern. And I'm not a great friend of patterns, even though this is really a nice accumulation, because there are whales and they know that people watch out for these patterns, and then whenever such a breakout happens, they generate a fake out, okay, because they dump the market again. And this is still a very, very realistic risk, yeah, and therefore I made you aware down here about this breakout of the descending wedge. This was very early, but again, long term, even the current price, in my opinion, where the price is going to head, which is at least $4.50, even the current price is a very attractive one. But at some point there will be a retracement. There always is, yeah. And the last time that we moved up here, we made a 50% move, all the way up to 160. And we've only now made, again, 45%. So, if we were to do with the same that we did last time, then we could still move a little bit higher. There were a few indicators on the chart that made it look really bullish, and that made it look a little bit different than any of the fake outs before. And we had, for example, here a really, really clear move above the 50 level of the RSI. That is, or has been so far, always been the level where I told you, watch out for the 50 level of the RSI. If you see that break, that could be a breakout. And it did break, and it did break out. The 4 times that we had it here before, those were fake outs. But as I said to you yesterday, this time it moved up higher than all the times before here since September. That is quite a bullish sign, in my opinion. We still see the positive momentum on the MACD. And we had that long signal on the ADX and DI as well, a very clear long signal. But we also get this now on the weekly chart, and that is significant. Yeah, we have on the weekly chart on ADA now that long signal on the DI indicator, that momentum indicator. You see the stochastic RSI go up. That's what we talked about in the last few videos as well, that we saw this turning around, the stochastic RSI on the weekly. You're probably going to get a bullish crossover on the weekly if this is going to continue. And all of that is bullish. And even here, the 4-day chart made a bullish crossover, a long signal, and the RSI is just before moving into the bullish range. That will be another very important confirmation. If on the 4-day chart you see the RSI move above 50. And that is really everything I can tell you. We are currently sitting just underneath or around that resistance level here. I mean, we moved above that breakout point here at $1.01, and now we're at this next high at $1.11, $1.12, and the next high will be $1.25. That will be an important one. That is the 0.5 fib level, 50% Fibonacci retracement level at 126. Okay, so that's the next key Fibonacci level that Cardano needs to go through. At some point, what I'd like to see is a pullback, and maybe even to that ascending trend line. You can see the ascending trend line orange there. I'd like to see a pullback, because then we can bring some of these shorter time frame indicators down again. But certainly looking good for Cardano. I mean, I can't tell you it's not a fake out. It might be one, okay, but that's what I continuously said, because I now already get the questions, is it too late to buy? But we've said in these videos what the low was, or the area here where Cardano at any point can start to move higher, and we are still at a very attractive level, but there will be people who will wait now until we are back at 160, 180, 190, and then we get rejected down. So it's a decision everybody has to make for themselves. If you're not buying when it's getting boring, which was here, then when it's a decision everybody needs to make. And I understand it's very difficult to make those decisions, but these were the areas, not necessarily for ADA, but for other cryptos as well, where I accumulated, and channel members know that. You saw my buy orders really in those target areas, and Cardano had already gone below my original target area. This was here the logical next one, but I always told you, don't wait for the lowest point. It might never come. It might never come, even though I primarily think it will. But my guidance, I can only give you some guidance, not advice or anything, but really my view is the lowest point might never come, because Cardano had already done what it needed to do to complete the correction. It can start at any point, but it's a bit too early to confirm that we're already back in a sustainable uptrend. More needs to happen for that, and from that point of view, we are still very early. But yeah, I'm sure there will be another dip anyway to like a pullback or anything, and anybody who missed out now will be able to buy that pullback, in my opinion. Okay, I don't think it will go up in a straight line now to $2. That would be very, very unrealistic. Even in this move here to 160, you had a pullback, which was here down to 123 again, after it found resistance at 135. Okay, so that's my view on Cardano at the moment. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.